Hey, what's up, guys? We're back live here on Millions. I'm Marcos Ratinho, Santana, host. And with me here today, we have Trap Gambino, President and CEO of Made Fight League. Hey, Trap, how you doing, man?
How you doing, brother? Enjoying the weather here in Las Vegas.
That's good, man. How's the weather there, by the way?
It's good today. It's actually been raining this past week, which is super rare here in Las Vegas. But it feels good because it's dry, so we could use a little dampness.
Yeah, same here, same here. I'm here in Dubai. It's really hot at the
Oh
moment. It's
wow.
getting hot. And we got a little bit of rain in the morning, which is not usual,
Yeah,
especially
I
for this time
can't
of the year.
complain about the heat over here if you're in Dubai. Like I heard it's on another level over there.
Not yet, not yet. We just in the end of the winter, so the weather is still good.
Is it like dry? Is it like dry heat or is it humid at the same time?
Both. Right now it's dry, but yeah, around like from June to August is very humid.
Yeah, I like it dry. I like it dry. But I gotta go to Dubai.
And
I'm going one
I
day.
gotta come to Vegas as well. I gotta
For
come to
sure,
Vegas.
man.
Trappy, I'm here to talk to you. I'm very excited about Made Fight League. Like since we start to see Made Fight League on social media and everybody talking about it, it's something that it's coming to completely change the combat sports scene. So please let us know more about the Made Fight League. So since you're the man behind everything, what's the plans and how Made Fight Leagues come to change the game?
So, Made Fight League, the MFL, our basic premise is to pay the fighters and the talent monthly. So, I see a lot of these influencer fighters jumping from card to card because they don't have security. Some of them get paid, most of them don't. And because of that, you see them fighting on like the IFL, the CFL, the WhatFL, the QFL, whatever. Like
Yeah.
they don't have an identity because they're not fighting on one league and building up a character. So I want loyalty and I want to build up character and I want to build up these guys' identities and their fan base at the same time, as well as get us all paid at the same time. So I developed a business plan with three revenue streams. It was two. As of today, it is now three. So the first revenue stream for our fighters, every talent gets paid monthly, and I'm only going to sign a specific number of people, and we're going to
All right.
split the revenue on Patreon, Discord, and now YouTube, and merchandise sales through millions.co, which is pretty cool. We already
It's really
started.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, we started selling merch on Millions already. So we don't even have any fighters signed yet, and we're already building a revenue like for them. Like I'm not touching any of this money until the first event. Then the fighters and the talent are all going to be paid split. Then after that, they're going to be paid monthly. And we have set up a Discord so the fans can go in VIP. They can train with the fighters. I have a talent that's I just signed. Her name is Jazz. Weekly, she's going to be doing like Discord. She's a certified boxing coach. She's going to be doing Discord boxing training classes via webcam with all the VIP members. So they get that. They get to vote on the fights, and that's another thing we can talk about is the rule set.
Yeah. Look, that's the thing. Look, I see that you guys stand for no more free fights, no time limit, and no weight division.
Yes.
How it's gonna work in terms of, let's say, I say like on streaming, and of course, you have to deal and have like a just like you figure out and how it's going to work like in terms of timing, right? And broadcasting and everything else. So please let us know what's your plans in terms of making it entertaining. Since it's like there is no time limit, just the fact there's no weight division, it makes it
Yes.
very exciting. But how does it work with no time limit?
So with no time limit, I've never been a fan of rounds. There's a lot of, so I'm a former fighter myself, and there was a time where I knocked a guy down, and I was just about to knock him out, and like right when I was about to knock him
Bam.
out, the bell hit, and when I got up, my knee was hurt, and I couldn't make it out to the second round. So he could, but it's confusing. Like, who really won that fight? You know what I mean? Like, I
That little
lost.
break between the rounds makes a huge difference.
Yeah. So, and the same thing happened to my wife. Like, my wife was beating this girl up, and then, round, and then next round she got knocked out. Like, I've never been a fan of rounds. I've always thought like you should just fight all the way through with no breaks. And 10 minutes is a long time to fight, in my opinion. And 15
It
minutes
is.
is forever, especially with rounds. And so what's going to happen is there's going to be no judges at the event, and it's going to be 10 minutes pure round. And at the end of the round, if there's no knockouts or anything like that, nobody quits. The fans that are VIP on the Discord get 5 minutes to vote, as well as the fans in attendance. So the extra 5 minutes is going towards the voting. And yeah, so the fans are the
So
judges
that's
for
going
this.
to be like a huge interaction, right?
Yeah,
Between the
that's
VIPs, the celebrities, the fans. So they all gonna vote together to
yeah,
decide the winner.
absolutely. Yeah, so we gotta watch we gotta watch signing like guys who have like a big popular following and stuff like that, or have like a fan base where everybody in the crowd votes for them. So it's gonna be weird. We gotta. It's an evolutionary sport, so we're learning as we go. But I feel like the fan voting, if we have to add like another voting on top of that to make it more fair, we will. But the fan voting, I love that idea and I love that premise. So we're definitely
I
gonna
love that
do that.
idea as well. Like it's nice to have a professional who understands the rules, But I think like if the fighter steps in the stage just to fight, follow the books, and don't deliver nice entertainment, they're not gonna gain the public. They're not gonna get
Yeah,
the audience. So that's the thing.
yeah,
I think they should
absolutely.
step in there and deliver completely.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
talking about in terms of the show or trap, is it going to be like in a boxing show, MMA, grappling? Please let us know about what you guys are standing for.
So it's going to be boxing for now, and it's going to be unsanctioned, but it's going to be controlled. So it's going to be
Okay.
more like a production. Uh, it's got to be looked at like pro wrestling, exhibition, smoker, sparring, stuff like that. There's a lot of loopholes you got to do to get around it, but it's an evolutionary sport, so it's going to be super hard to get no rules. Well, I mean, not no rules, but no weight classes sanctioned in boxing. So that's something that we're really going to work on. So right now we're just getting our feet wet, doing the first event. Nothing too big and too crazy. Our main focus right now is spoiling the fans and the fighters and getting the fighters and the talent paid, because right now we're setting up the structure. And with the YouTube. So we're monetized on YouTube, and I'm gonna set up like for the fighters, they're gonna send us a video with videos, and we're gonna put it all together, kind of like Millions does, and put it up on our YouTube, and we're gonna split the revenue with all these guys. And so far
Yeah.
there's like 3 or 4 revenue streams that we're building for the fighters, and that's the biggest and most important thing for us right now. And that first event, June 27th, it's here in Las Vegas. And
Just about as to when you guys are about to take off.
yeah, June 27th here in Las Vegas. So we got a couple venues that we're looking at. We might have to do like one of those secretive venue things, pull a Mike Perry and not tell everybody where it's at first. But that's Vegas for you. It happens a lot of times. I've competed at secret venues and stuff like that, and um, we're on pay per view with Millions, so we don't really have to worry about filling up the crowd and stuff like that, because we have so many fans already because of the premise that our business model is set around. Like, these fighters and these fans really believe in it, and the only ones that are really shutting up about it is these promoters that are taking advantage of these fighters, ironically. I thought I'd get a lot more pushback from this, but I'm getting a lot of support
And
instead.
no, I love the idea that you guys are very conscious about it, have like an organic growth. You guys already have your business plans, investors, like celebrities who can help promote the event. But the fact he has a conscious about like he got one step at a time, he started small and he growing according to the expectations, right? It makes a lot of difference because you see like a lot of events around the world, they start like too big, and then after a few events, after a few shows, they have to shut down
Yes.
because they cannot afford to support, especially the fighters.
100%. So one of these things, I was a influencer boxer, MMA fighter. Like I was on social media, Dr. Phil, all those reality shows, stuff like that. So I know the game, and I fought for free. I fought for money, all that stuff. And I've been a part of these events where like the first event was amazing, had all these celebrities, the hype was real, and then the second event was just like it was just like there's no growth. They tried to do the same exact thing, and what we're doing, the first event is going to be called Squid Games. So it's basically like the beginning of everything, and I believe in growth from there. So we're not going to be doing like some giant crazy arena or something like that. I want to get to that. So if we do that at first, I could do that. I got investors that want to do that and stuff, but I feel like it'd be cool to like build, especially since we're starting from boxing. I believe in evolution. I'm a fan of real fighting. Boxing is obviously limited. MMA right now, bare knuckle MMA is probably the closest thing you can get to real fighting, in my opinion. And that's something that, eventually I would really, really love to do. But, that takes a lot more than just boxing smoker fights.
Now that's the thing, like boxing, smoke fights, as you mentioned. I think it's more, of course, it's commercial, and you can attract both publics. You can attract like real fight fans and the general audience who just want to be entertained, like watching, let's say, a celebrity or a influencer who became a fighter. We seen like Logan Paul and many others, like they going through the same path. Like they used to be influencers, but they found in boxing an opportunity for them to showcase like their other side. Like the competitive side of themselves. So
Yes.
what's your idea in terms of like matching up these fights? You want to match up like let's say experienced fighters with these influencers against influencers, or just experienced fighters?
So that's another interesting thing, and I'm glad that you brought that up because that's actually another incentive for the fans to join the VIP Discord. We don't make the matches; the fans do, so they're in complete control of the matchmaking. We're gonna put up like a board, like you remember Mortal Kombat back in the day where they had like the bulletin of the fighters and stuff and the
Yeah,
stats.
yeah.
So we're gonna do that kind of like a video game, and we're gonna let the fans on the Discord decide the matchups, and that's gonna be pretty crazy because I'm hoping that they go the right way. But again, it's up to them, so it could be a big person against a small person, experience against a non-experience. But we're gonna make sure we're not gonna do anything super circus and crazy like girl versus boy or tag team boxing matches or anything like that. We're gonna stick to real fighting. But
No,
the
that's
fans
amazing.
are in
That's
charge of
amazing.
the
I think that's
matchups.
no. I think we can like you create a hype straight, like you can create a hype for the next event. Just about to finish the event you guys are running. As soon as the fans start like matching up the next fights, you guys can start like work and promote the hype.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's gonna be
That
crazy,
works so
man.
well.
Especially giving the keys to the fans is gonna be super interesting.
No, especially when it comes to judging the fights
Yeah,
in
because
terms
some of
of
these fans are
that no
trolls,
knockout.
man.
And that's what you need nowadays. Like you mentioned, like I was watching one of the interviews, and you said like you rather having like real fight fans filling up the seats on your events and your shows than celebrities who that just to make like crazy videos and TikToking and overreacting. But and I completely agree because a few days ago somebody shared. I'm not gonna mention the organization, it's a big one. There was like an influencer. I think she has 2-3 million followers, and she's like very well known for overreacting to everything. And then she was watching like a striking fight in this big show, and she was like, "Whoa, whoa," for like minutes, but she didn't understand anything about the fight. That's the thing. She was like,
Yeah,
"All right, I'm here. Please look at me." but she
Exactly.
didn't have anything to say about the event. She didn't have anything to say about the fighters.
I felt the exact same way when I was in. So when I was doing my celebrity social media shit, I was in the VIP for a lot of these fights, and I was in the UFC VIP and stuff. And yeah, man, like a lot of these guys, like the Logan Paul and the Mr. Beast, every time the camera came by, they'd make sure they overreacted to the fights and stuff like that. And now, what's really bothering me, and what I haven't talked about yet, is a lot of these guys are going out and they're starting their own influencer boxing fights and their leagues, and they're using the fact that they're celebrities to put pressure on these fighters to sell their own tickets and to promote their events. So for example, like there's fighters in my DMs that are telling me, like they're fighting on celebrity cards and stuff like that that are coming up, and they're getting inboxes from, they're getting DMs from these matchmakers that are like, look, make sure you do this, make sure you promote this and that, like when they're using the celebrity's name to put pressure on these guys to sell tickets, when it should be like they're the celebrity, they should be selling the tickets. It's their promotion, they're their promoters. So I feel really bad that these fighters can't do anything about it, because like how are you gonna, like, let's say the promoter's Logan Paul and I'm fighting on that card, and then I got a matchmaker saying, hey, Logan Paul said that you better sell it this much or you're gonna be taken off the card. Like, what? You guys approached me to fight, now you're saying that I'm gonna be taken off the card? It doesn't make any sense. And like that's what's happening to these fighters, and I can't speak up about it because I'm a fighter who wants to be on the card. So if I say anything, like I'm taking the platform away from myself. So now it's up to people like me to talk for these guys and to fight for these guys, because they can't say shit, they can't do anything, because if they do, they're taken off of these big platforms that they worked so hard to get on, and they're fighting on these big platforms for free. And I want to develop a big platform that they get paid to fight on. So that's what I'm working on right now.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, Trappy. We've seen that this happening not only boxing but in the combat sports in general. I come from
Yes,
a jiu-jitsu background. The jiu-jitsu is growing so much right now, and we can see a lot of jiu-jitsu events pay $1 million. Like as we had like a CGI in Las Vegas last year, paying $1 million for two champs in two different weight divisions, but $1 million for the champion. The other fighters they get like pens, but just like one show, at least they step up to be the first grappling event to pay $1 million to the
that's
champion.
incredible.
But imagine it being like a jiu-jitsu fighter and having to pay to compete to become a world champion.
Yes. I've done this, and I'm not very good at jujitsu. I've lost. Let's make this clear. I've lost every jujitsu match I've ever competed in. I've been on some big stages that I had no business competing on. I've competed at Naga, over here in Phoenix, Arizona, and I competed at High Rollers here in Las Vegas.
Oh, that's nice,
And
huh?
yeah, it was super fun. But yeah, like you pay a lot of times, you pay to get on these stages, and that's another thing I've never understood. Yeah, I feel like these fighters, they're risking their body, their reputation. You know, when they lose, they get trolled, all this other stuff. They get hurt. They take off their job. They lose their money. Like they deserve so much more than we're giving them right now. We're in a weird area where like these promoters are walking around like the fighters are lucky to fight on their platform, which makes absolutely no sense. I feel like it's the other way around. Why we're blessed to have these fighters on our platform. So since we launched this, I've been every freaking day. I've been eating, breathing, sleeping MFL, waking up and fighting for these guys. And when this event is going to be started promoting, I'm going to be, like I said, I'm going to be walking down Fremont Street. Not these guys. These guys don't have to worry about percentage of ticket sales or pay-per-view sales or anything like that. That's going to be my job. So I'm going to be working my ass off for these guys, because I feel like I'm blessed to even have them believe in me enough to be on my platform, and hopefully
No, I
that
think
makes
it could
them
be the
loyal
beginning
enough
of
to stay
something
there.
huge.
Thank you.
It's gonna be the beginning of something huge because you stepping up to look after the fighters. You're gonna see the fighters stepping up to look after you and your event as well. I believe that. You know, that's the thing. Like a lot of these fighters, they frustrated about the way the events and the organizers they 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 deal with them, because you said like they always trying to take advantage of them, like they take
Yeah.
everything they have and they don't give anything back. The fact you're thinking about paying them on monthly basis, you give them the freedom to only focus on deliver the best performance they can.
Yes,
You
sir.
understand? So that's the thing. Once they step there, your fans will be there. Will be like a real fight fans. They expect the show, and your fights will deliver because they know you there stepping up, like look after them, and they can like go 100% in every single train to make sure they go there and perform the best entertaining they capable of.
That's the plan, man. And it's going to be on millions.co pay per view. So,
Very excited. You
again,
know, I had experience organizing one small event here in Dubai. It was a grappling event here in Dubai, and was streamed by millions.co. And
oh, okay.
everybody gave an amazing feedback. Even though I just said like it was a small jiu-jitsu grappling event in a Dubai muscle show. So most of the fans, like if people walk around the shows, like bodybuilders or bodybuilder fans. So once they like walking around, they saw like a grappling event in the middle of the venue. So everybody stopping to watch and was
That's
cool.
the best way
But
to do it.
was really cool. Like it was really cool. But you know what? The feedback, even though we didn't have like a bigger production in terms of filming, cameras, whatever, everybody loved it. The fact that it was very easy to sign up and watch through videos.com.
I love it, man. They've been helping us so much, especially like with the merchandise and the clipping and everything like that. Like what I love about them is their business model is really similar to us. Like we don't expect our fighters to do the work, all the work. We do the work and then they help us out and then they promote us and everything like that. So it's really similar to Millions. Love these
That's
guys.
amazing. That, hard workers. And in terms of media, like you've been talking to the media guys all the time, so they've been doing like an amazing job. I just said like they don't ask for anything in exchange, and they promoting the fighters, the hosts, the organizers. So it's nice to see the community growing together through somebody who had a vision and people who really works hard to make it happen.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Well, Trap, just before we finish here today, please leave a message to our viewers and invite all of them to watch MFL Made Fight League.
Absolutely. If you're a fight fan, if you're a video game fan, if you just like interacting with the fighters, you want to hear crazy stories, I got a bunch of talent signed already. They got experience in television, pro wrestling, a lot of cool guys and a lot of cool characters. And I'm signing a talent roster, I should say, very soon. So come to the MFL Made Fight League on Instagram. Give us a follow and check us out for sure.
And please, Trap, as soon as you have more information about on how it's going to work, like I know like the first event is set up for June 27 Las Vegas, but I'm very excited to talk to you again before you guys kick off, so we can bring like even more information about the fight card, who knows, to our
Yes,
viewers.
absolutely. I'm looking to sign people mid or maybe the beginning of April or mid April. We're going to be talent scouting, and there may or may not be a reality show in the works for that out here in Las Vegas. So that's going to be fun too.
Yeah, that's gonna be amazing. Trap, thank you so much. Looking forward to talk to you. All the best with Made Fight League, and let's try to set up and book our next interview very soon.
Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate the platform. Thanks for having me on, man.
Now, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Trap Gambino, President and CEO of Made Fight League. Us, have a nice one, brother.
You too, brother.